Previously on the Jay and Dan podcast.
They walked away with a signed baseball from Joey Gallo, the greatest major leaguer in the history of the world. Come on, Uppy! You really up there, didn't ya?
Hey, take this baseball bat and shove it up your ass. He showed up at the restaurant, asked for a table. They said there were no tables. We were booked. He went downstairs and ripped the door off the men's washroom.
I can't eat here, so no one can take a
Oh, dog, you took Toolsy out a few weeks ago.
You mean Bernie Lomax or Toolsy? We were having this great conversation. It was a good vibe, and then Dan tried to say something, and it sounded like this. And Toolsy was not Toolsy anymore.
What was that sound again?
Would you rather have sex with a third cousin, or would you rather...
God, seriously, he can't come on for 6 months. I'm putting it in my calendar. If he comes on, I'm walking. Oh, I got a couple of balls right here. Oh!
You're listening to the Jay and Dan podcast, presented by our good friends at Coors Light.
That's
Different music.
So this, Christoph, you got to explain this. We messed up last time.
So yeah, I guess halfway through the first incarnation of this podcast, we switched the music to this music. So when we went back to the old music, someone on Twitter pointed that out.
Oh, okay. So now we're doing this one.
Here's this one.
This is an original from Skrillex.
Rest in peace, Tiesto. Oh, wait. No, Avicii. That's right.
It's the Jay and Dan podcast for the week of May 7th, 2018. Summer is here. Crack a cold one.
It's just awesome. This music is awesome. Quick update on that story I told last week about the man ripping the door off of a Bar Isabel men's restroom. You can see the video of it online. It is available to you. And how do I know this? Because the owner of the restaurant, Grant Van Gameren, posted it on his Instagram account. Someone pointed out, should there be a camera outside the men's washroom? And I said, I think it has to be because of incidents like this. Things like this can happen.
Oh, yeah.
But it does bring up a lot of interesting points. Like when guys go to the toilet in this facility here and wipe their boogs on the wall.
Yeah, we need a
camera on them.
And we have the one guy who takes off his glasses before he goes in and does his business.
Well, that's not a crime, though. I mean, that just bothers you. That just really affects you, I think, in a weird way. I'm going to it again.
Yeah, I guess it's not a crime. Our guest this week, for the first time ever, I can't believe this, Natasha Staniszewski.
This is going to be great. Now, if you are not familiar with Natasha, or you're a listener maybe from the United States, Natasha is the star anchor of the 1 a.m. Program because Kate no longer seems to be anchoring that program. So Natasha now the star of our former show, the 1 a.m. show. And she's carrying that show on her weary little Edmonton shoulders.
That's right. And no one else is helping her. She's doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Some guy comes in once in a while, co-hosts with her, Kelsey Braid or something.
I think Blake Price is here right now.
Blake Price comes in and hosts it from Vancouver. Again, we have 1,000 anchors, and poor Blake is being summoned from his family in Vancouver to come out and anchor the 1 a.m. And then... But the big thing we want to talk to Natasha about is this smash hit commercial that she did. The McCain Wedges commercial. This is a commercial that everybody knows. Everyone's seen Natasha. We'll get into it when she comes on. I've got a lot of questions.
What will you do if she walked in with a tray of McCain Wedges?
It would be peak podcast. That we might have to shut the podcast down. But the better way to answer that, Dan, is what I would do is I would look at her and then consider whether or not to let her in, just like the guy in the commercial does, and then I would eventually let her in.
If she did come in with that, she would make McCain so happy, and they'd say, you're signed on for the next 10 years.
It's true. Well, I mean, everyone knows that ad. That ad's been extremely successful. Again, I have a lot of issues with the narrative. I have a lot of issues with the script, and I'm going to bring them up with Natasha.
She gets $1,000 every time it airs.
That's great. God, she must,
No, I'm making it.
she's so loaded.
I'm making that up.
She is bonkers loaded. I love it.
Those dollar bills, y'all.
She's doing well for herself, so we'll talk to her about that. And yeah, it's been nice the last couple of days. Today was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, hit the links again.
You're golfing like 5-6 times a week now.
Thank my good buddy Pete Dalladay, radio broadcast legend from Peterborough. He got us out to the Peterborough Golf and Country Club. Beautiful Stanley Thompson design.
What did you pay to play there? Oh.
Well, we
Will you pay for a round of golf?
That was my first
year?
free golf this year.
What?
Yep.
What about the one where you left your clubs?
Oh, I paid.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no freebies there.
Well, it's just a matter of time. This microphone, by the way, smells horrible.
Oh, I know.
This
Mine
is
too.
Noodles' microphone. Christoph, you got to tell these guys they gotta gargle before they do the Overdrive show because this is not good. Jamie McClennan is coming on our TV show tonight.
Yes.
And we couldn't believe, and Stoff, you know this, Jamie McClennan, former NHL goaltender, now a co-host of Overdrive, super successful TSN radio show here in Toronto with Jeff O'Neill, who we had on, and Brian Hayes. Noodles goes to see every single movie in the theater that comes out. Every single one. He goes to see it. And he has a wife and 2 small children. And he still manages to do this. That's what baffled me. I thought maybe once, the first kid, I thought, okay, you can get away, maybe get away. But with 2 kids under like 4, he's going to every movie. It's pretty impressive, actually, when you think
We're
about
going to have a movie review segment on our show with him. I wanted to do another thing with him, but I was told it's not good TV. Stop, you tell me.
Okay, so his nickname is Noodles. We have to point that out.
That's right. His nickname's Noodles. I wanted to do on our show, rate these noodles.
That could be good TV if he's actually trying the noodles there live.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I think that would have to happen.
But I was told, nah.
Can you imagine if he wasn't trying them live and he just tried them off camera and then came on camera and said, okay, backstage, I tried 3 different kinds of noodles. Let me describe it to you guys.
That would be bad TV.
That wouldn't be good TV at all.
No.
That would not be great TV at all. But you pointed out, Dan, and I agree with you on this one, you can't believe that on their radio show, and stuff, I'd love for you to chime in on this one too. You can't believe that Jamie, seeing all these movies, doesn't do a regular movie review segment.
Yeah.
Does that seem weird to you, Stoff?
Yeah, he doesn't. I'm not really sure why.
He says it's because the other 2, Hayes and O-Dog, wouldn't be able to participate or something like that. Well, O-Dog doesn't participate in 89% of the show as it is. So what's the difference? Did the O-Dog, what did he get, a Pomeranian?
Yes, he got a little dog over the weekend.
What is...
I don't know what he's
And didn't he bring it in today or something?
He was a very popular guest. We're going to have him back.
Yeah, he's always great in everything he does. He says he's been a lot of trouble with the Carolina Hurricanes fans now.
That's right, because of our podcast. So.
Because of what he said on our podcast. And, of course, we sent it out to the social media world. Can we hear that one more time? That would be a great sound effect if Dan was in a remake of Manimal, which I think was the show in the 80s where the man turned into different animals. And it just as a transition, in that show, like if you're going from the police station to Dan's house, you just hear... Is that when you're going to the bar now, Toolsy, and you're out at the clubs, do you don't even introduce yourself? You don't say, hey, I'm Dan O'Toole. You know who I am. You just walk up to the ladies and you just go. And they get the message. They know what they're dealing with at that point.
Next week, we have a guest already booked. Marc Savard, the former Bruin.
Very cool. From your hometown of Peterborough. Mm-hmm. That'll be great.
Hey,
He's coming in. We're going to have him in here in studio.
That's right. No, I don't.
Ooh.
Over the phone, I think.
Okay. Yikes.
Friday night, a big night out. Went and saw. So Tubesy.
Can we hear that one more time? Friday night, big night out.
Tubesy and his sister. Tubesy is the guest on our podcast who had penis surgery. I think
What
he's
could
okay.
get up that hole?
Yeah, how is we?
I golfed with him today. I guess he's fine.
Does it
Golfing.
bring it up?
No, we don't really talk about it.
Well, I mean, if he had told me that much about his condition, I would at least say, "How's it going?"
Oh, we have possible podcast gold because of Tubesy. He's going to some EDM concert in Vegas, and one of the parties is at one of the pools, like Wet Republic or something. I said, can you please bring back some of that water and we will get it tested and we will read the results on the podcast.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So he is going to do it for us. He's
As
going
long
to
as
bring
I
back,
don't have to go anywhere near that water.
No, he will be bringing back Vegas pool water at the end of the day. Even he's going to get it.
That's nasty.
Oh, my golly, Jesus.
Who's going to test it, though? Where are you going to take it?
You just bring it to any water testing place. We'll find one.
All right. Yeah, like a place you'd bring your pool water.
Yeah. So Tubesy and his sister say, there's a Bon Jovi cover band playing out where we all live. And I said, they're saying, no, it's going to be great. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be awesome.
Now, you and I watched this band on their website beforehand. We watched it last Thursday. And it was, oh boy. Like the lead singer.
He was belting. He's got a good voice.
He kind of pulled it off. And he had the look a little bit. So that was a big part of it. So I actually thought it was going to be pretty successful.
Well, here's the problem that we ran into. I realized I don't know many Bon Jovi songs.
How can you not know?
And they were
Bon
playing, but they were
Jovi's?
playing like deep cuts. Like the people I was there with are Bon Jovi fans. They're like, I don't know this song. How can you go to a tribute band and not know the song if you're a fan of the band?
Yeah, and if you're a tribute band, you have to just play the hits. Come on,
I know.
You can't go.
They were
deep
playing
cuts.
like new stuff.
We're old and we're in the Hall of Fame. We're from New Jersey and we know the game. We're Bon Jovi, and it's 30 years after the hits. One of those ones.
One of the guys we were with turned to me after they finished the song. Again, not a single person in the place knew it. And he's like, why even practice that song, let alone play it? Like, do it in your garage.
We're old, we're rich, we own lots of cars. We're Bon Jovi, come and see us, we've got SARS.
So, yeah, they were belting it out. Us and about 30 others were there.
God,
It was a
that
sad.
sounds horrible.
And then at one point, this
What a
lady,
horrible
these
night.
two women were just giving her on the dance floor. One of them went down, hoping no one else saw. I'm like, oh no, I think she like broke her hip. She,
like fell. I thought
Yes.
like went down. Like
so she went and
was
grabbed her
going for
things and like limped out of there. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh God. Oh, that's so
I
sad.
know. It's
Oh God.
horrible.
Like she just limped out where people are like, "Ooh, can we help you?" And she's like, "Get away!
Essentially.
Get away from me! I fell."
So
That sounds like a good night. And
the one thing I did like.
sexy ladies there.
The one thing I did like was they had the that tube next to the microphone. You know how on those Bon Jovi songs they make that sound like wow wow.
Oh,
That was
right.
So they had that.
Okay.
The tube.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
or whatever
exactly.
That. Wow, wow. That's for It's My Life.
And here's the other problem.
Wow.
Every single song, say it was 4-minute radio play time. They stretched to 10 minutes. Every single. So you're like.
They're
is
doing
this-
like double
guitar solos.
Guitar solos.
And you're like, okay, wrap this one up. You can do it. Nope. Okay, we're gonna go back.
to
in.
keep it going. Well, that sounds a lot more exciting than the way I spent Friday night, which was going to see Peppa Pig live at the Sony Center.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a big ticket. That's a hot ticket. It's a
packed.
sellout for
It
sure.
was absolutely sold out, completely sold out. It was. I told you this. It was weird because instead of having actors in costumes act out as the characters in the show, they had puppeteers, like adult puppeteers, standing behind 4 feet tall puppets.
Were they like dressed in black, trying to like blend in?
Right, but the background wasn't black. It was like colorful, so there's no blending in. So it's like these puppets and then these tall adults behind the puppets, and they're like, "I'm Peppa Pig. like, wah! And I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah, who planned that?
This is not good.
Because that's easy to get those people in characters. Like, just get a mascot.
It's so much, and the voices weren't quite great, but if they had just been inside the costumes, you could forgive it. But because you could see them voicing, you'd see their faces. Like, and they had these Janet Jackson and Britney Spears mics on. It was just not. And then it was like, okay, these shows are like, they're 3-year-olds at these shows. They're 45 minutes. They take a 15-minute intermission.
Oh, you're losing half the crowd there.
I'm like, come on, guys. We all want to get the out of here. We just want to get out of here with our brains intact. Can we just power through? Do we really need the intermission at this point? And then we're in the cab driving home, and my daughter, I'm like, yeah, how did you like Peppa Pig? She's like, I want to go see Peppa Pig. I'm like, you literally just saw her. I want to go see her. You just saw her. I want to go see her. She'll probably be back. I want to go see her now. You know what? Shut up! Shut up!
Didn't you get a meet and greet with Peppa?
Yeah, we did. But again, the meet and greet was with two puppets and tall adult puppeteers with their mics still on. Like,
did you take a picture? Can we see a picture of this?
I have a picture.
I got to see this.
I have
Peppa
a picture
Pig.
of Isabel with the puppeteers.
Okay, that'll be good.
Like, but so then I'm like, do I talk to the puppeteers?
Pretend they
are they
there?
in character? Do I just pretend? Oh, hello, Peppa. Great to see you. Hi, it's nice. Here it is. All right, Dan's got it now.
Yeah, what the?
Yeah, they're standing behind these puppets. And it's like, this is the photo op? Like, why don't they just move those puppets into place?
Yeah.
And then have the kids stand next to the puppets? We don't want to stand next to the puppeteers.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Oh, my God. Anyway, good. We're living our best lives right now.
Hey, I just got tickets to a big show. Annie's in town.
Boy, we are hitting all the hot shows.
We love you, Miss Hannigan. It's a hard knock life for us.
Okay.
My phone's gibbled. Do we know how to fix this yet? I need to.
Yeah,
I need to shut it down.
Let me help you. Hand it over here. Bleep, bloop, bleep. There you go. It's done.
I need to shut it down without having to slide it because no part of my phone is being able to be slid. Oh, I think I did it.
Do you think that this might have something to do with the Bell tweets that you sent out last week? You sent out some tweets, a little upset about Bell's customer service.
But again, I was just having some fun while waiting on hold.
Yeah, but Bell can you over. Like, they might have been like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You don't like our customer service? We'll see how you like not having your phone for a week.
Oh.
That's how they get you.
I shut it down.
Yeah.
We might be back in business.
You're going to have to call George Cope, the CEO of Bell. Say, can you turn that back on? And he'll be like, all right. Next time, no tweets. It's one button. It's back.
Okay, I think we're back. Oh, yeah. Back, baby.
Now Toolsy can send all his tweets and his Instagrams.
Oh, I did send a tweet yesterday. It was a Twitter poll asking if producer Tim should start making some calls to get us to the West Final to do our show. And everyone said yes, except for 11% who voted for no.
Yeah, those people aren't fun. Those people were the people at the Bon Jovi show, I think. So there's no chance we're going to the Peg. I'd love to go, but there's no chance.
Webby, friend of the podcast, he said, I can line you up hotel rooms in Vegas. Everyone.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I guess we are going. Change my mind instantly. We're going to Vegas.
How great is that Vegas pool water podcast going to be?
I mean,
but
I'm not going
when
to
you
judge
find
it
out when you find out
until
that
I
it's
hear
like
it.
40% semen, 20% urine.
Oh God, could it at least be reversed on those two? At the very least, God, 40% semen. Just guys just jacking off in the water. Like what? Well, here I go to my job as a Vegas pool cleaner. That semen is tough to get out of there, but every night it's the same thing. 40% of what I clean is semen, men's seed. Oh, God.
Better change the subject. Natasha's about to entree-vous with a big plate of wedges.
Oh, man, that would be so cool if she did that, because I could
I want to ask her about
wedges.
what she wants to do as far as baking goes, because she's very big on the Instagram.
Well,
with
she
the baking.
has Whip It Up Wednesdays on her Instagram, so she bakes things.
Yeah.
And how has she not gotten like a baking commercial?
She makes good stuff.
Yeah, she should. Or here's an even better idea. How has Bell Media not seen all the stuff she's doing, right? Stoff is nodding his head at this one. And Bell Media has this food channel, right? It's called, what is it called again? Crunchies?
Today on Crunchies.
I think it's called Gusto. Gusto.
Sure.
It's one of those. Anyway, clearly,
Great channel. Bell. Love them.
we need some content for that. Why not Natasha baking show? What would we call it? Baked with Natasha Staniszewski. I'm baked.
Yeah, I don't know how that hasn't. We're going to ask her those
We
questions.
will. These are all the hard-hitting questions we'll ask Natasha. Well, you know what we should have done is we should have sent it out on Twitter that we were having her on. We could have some. Actually, that's probably a bad idea to have had some viewer questions.
They'll all be like, "How do you deal with these two idiots?
Are you single? I am too. I don't know.
That's how some people responded to my Twitter poll. They're like, "Don't send these idiots."
I didn't see any of those. I didn't see.
I won't either. I blocked the guy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It was one guy.
Why?
He's really
Why
stuck
take the
with
time?
you.
Why take the time to send that? Like,
But why do you let one guy like affect you? So you probably got like 800 tweets saying, "Yeah, it'd be great.
I
You
know.
guys went down," and then this one guy's like, "I hate you."
The other weird thing that's begun is anyone can direct message you on Instagram. So people send a thing like, "Hey, love the show," or they'll say, "Hi." And then I'll just like delete it. And then they'll say hi again like 2 days later. And then I'll delete it. And they're like, "You f***ing read it, you f***." I'm like, what the f*** is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah, you just deny or accept or deny. What is it?
You just open it to read it. And people get mad that you, like,
It just says, you.
if someone comes to phones my house, I don't get into a conversation with them.
I do.
Like if a rando calls my house, I'm not like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Who's this?
Welcome to the hiccups.
Hey, good to talk to you. What's going on?
Very odd.
Let's have a chat. Very quickly, Frank Saravalli.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. TSN.ca writer, on-air personality. How old do you think he is today?
40.
You said 40.
Yeah.
He is 30 years old. Frank Saravalli is 30.
What?
He's 30. Now listen, I'm no like George Clooney. I'm not aging well. But like 30?
When did we hire him? When he was like 18?
30? What? He's like, if someone said, you know what, he's 50, I'd be like, wow, he looks really good for 50. But it would be very like plausible, right?
See Natasha poking her head in.
We'll ask Natasha what she thinks of this.
That's mind blowing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Natasha Staniszewski. But you did not bring us wedges, and I'm a little...
It would have been the greatest moment in podcast history.
That would have been
Just
the most exciting thing. Come on in.
If you came in with a big plate of McCain wedges, they would be over the moon, and we'd stop doing the podcast because
Do those
you can't
headphones
top
work?
it.
We'll be able to just check those.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those have been on O-Dog's ears or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
This way,
You might
Christoph,
want-
do you have her mic on?
Do we have a wipe for O-Dog's
It's okay.
earphones?
I can handle it.
Okay.
Just a wipe.
Welcome.
Hi.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, this is really fun to have you on the
I
show.
know, this is good. I'm excited to be here.
You're prepping for the 1 a.m. show tonight?
Prepping. Just got in. Yeah. Have to turn on my computer. That's all I did so far.
Who are you hosting with tonight?
Nabil is in tonight.
Oh, what a guy. Seriously, that guy, if you see him outside work, it's like he walked out of a magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Whenever I
Good
anchor with
dresser.
him, I have to like take special attention to what I wear because I feel like I have
Right.
to push it up a notch.
Whereas when you anchored with us in the past, you were like,
Right.
ugh, just throw on a
I had no
robe.
problem.
Yes, exactly. It's true. Some guys get it. Other guys, we just like, I think this goes together. We have to ask each other. We're like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
this tied match this? I don't know.
No, I've come to ask Sarita on our show. I ask her every day. I'm just like, does this work? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, great. But the thing is, Nabil, it seems like he puts so much effort into what he wears, and I don't have the energy or ability, really.
I actually think it's the opposite. It just comes so easy
Just
for him.
naturally.
It just naturally comes together.
That
He's one
makes
of those
me hate
people.
him more.
I know. I agree because I'm not like that.
I wore khakis to work today. I had to Google what color would match them.
Khakis?
That's how. Yes, I don't know. I never wear khakis.
But khaki, like beige khakis?
Yeah.
I think anything goes with
I
khakis.
think that's extreme. You've got some problems.
I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
So why no wedges?
I don't know. I don't walk around with wedges all the time.
But
I was at my
whenever
gym
you enter a
today.
house now, people must say,
Everywhere. On the elevator. I was just going to say, at the gym today, there's one other guy in my gym, just me and him, the two of us, doing our own thing on the other side of the gym. And then as he's leaving, he yells out, I'm going to go eat some wedges now.
Oh my God, he yelled it out? What an
yeah.
obnoxious thing
No,
to
it
do.
was fine. He was okay. But that's literally what people do now. Where are your wedges?
Now,
Why didn't you bring wedges? All the time.
Are you regretting doing the commercial?
Not at all.
Okay,
No.
good.
It was my first commercial, though, ever. And
You
I
killed
didn't
it.
quite
Yeah.
realize, I'm not much of an actress, but whatever, I tried. Did my best. Clearly, I'm not an actress, but that's okay. But it was great. No, it was really fun. The exposure's been amazing.
It's huge. It's
And,
everywhere.
Yeah, people just, now I'm the wedges girl. I didn't expect that to happen.
do you have wedges?
At all.
Do you have wedges for life?
No.
No.
Do
Okay.
you? Is there going to be a follow-up commercial, perhaps?
I don't know. They did extend it for a few extra months. It was only supposed to be for 3 months, and now I think it's for 3 more. We'll see if there's a sequel. I feel
Yeah.
like there's room in there to like build another one.
There's
Now I was
potential.
guessing. I said every time it airs, you make $1,000. Correct?
Not correct.
Oh,
Man, I wish.
Now-
I think he's on a lot.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's talk about the commercial, the script, because I have some issues with it.
Okay.
Now, the issues I have are not. I think you were great in it, actually, and my issue is a couple of things. Number one. Why would Bell Media want, because you did a version and then Melissa Grello from The Social did one,
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And so what I didn't understand is if I'm running this company and you two are like two of my biggest stars and you're going to be in this commercial, why would I want you to be in a commercial where you show up at a house and no one knows who you are?
I'm not really sure.
So that's, if I was
That's
your
a good
agent,
issue.
right off the top, I'd have been
Right.
like, no way she does this commercial.
So you expect everybody to know us, though? I don't know if everybody
It's not
knows
that
us,
everyone does, but I don't want to point that out.
Yes.
I don't want to point that out to
good
people.
point. That's a good point.
I want people
Okay.
to think everyone does know you. But
Fair.
that's even not the biggest issue. The biggest issue I have is Alex Tyndall, who played the guy who opened the door.
Poor Alex. is
So
getting
Alex
ripped.
I should tell you this, Alex was going to appear on this podcast. He was going to call in, but he's
Oh.
lost his voice. He was so Alex is an actor and a comedian in Toronto, and he performed over the weekend, and he's lost his voice, so he couldn't call in. But we think it might be an excuse because he was terrified to talk about this. But what we can understand is he opens the door. You say, I've got the wedges. Can I
Yep.
join your party?
Yes.
And the look on his face is not so much like yes or no. It's like he's confused by the question. Like he looks up in the air like, what did this woman just ask?
But wouldn't you be confused? This
Yeah.
strange lady knocking at the door?
I guess so.
right?
I guess so. But wouldn't you also at least, wouldn't you say, the question's very clear. You've got the wedges in front of you.
Right. Yes.
A
Yep.
confusing question. And he just didn't seem to understand it. And then he lets you in eventually. And then it seems like you guys are great friends.
Yeah, we had a great time once he let me in. Yeah.
How long was the shoot? How long was that?
It was a full day affair. I think it was like a 10-hour thing. About it was a
Okay.
It was a whole day.
Now,
Sounds good.
when we shot a big, elaborate Super Bowl promo for our show in the States, we were in a golf cart and Jay was eating shrimp. He ended up eating like 40 to 50 shrimp that
I ate
day.
50 cocktail shrimp.
So,
Okay.
how many wedges did you end up eating on shoot day?
Actually, 0.
What?
Not one.
Wow.
There's one part in the scene, right, where the people that I'm with, they're all eating the wedges. You can see them picking it up, and they had to do a few takes. They took a few bites, spit it in a little garbage can, because they have the can there, right? They don't want to, but I didn't have to do that once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad.
No, it would have been totally
No.
fine. But you're right. Everybody asked me that. Oh, are you eating wedges all day? Nope, not once.
Now, you also are doing a commercial. I don't know if it's just for social or if this one's on TV. I haven't seen it on TV with Nabil.
Yep, that one's just on the internet.
And you guys are like working out like fiends.
Who works out better?
Is that how it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like it's intense.
Yeah, were you guys trying to beat each other because you guys were doing like the ladders on the ground and all that stuff?
Well,
the
our
rope ladders.
producer, when we first started doing the sprints, he said, okay, you guys, just give it, maybe 7 out of 10. So we took off, we start sprinting, and I was like, okay, 7 out of 10. But I feel like Nabil was going like 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10. So I'm like, okay, well, if he's doing that, I can't keep doing 7. So by the end of it, we were flat out like sprinting as hard as we could for every single take. And of course, I was sore the next day because I'm not used to doing those kinds of things.
That's hilarious.
But it was fine. It's hard to not sprint. Like I guess we're both competitive, right?
Yeah,
when you're doing, you
yeah.
want to like fake it.
Yeah, you guys are hardcore.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Nabil ruining everything.
Yeah, classic Nabil.
And then we were going to have you on a few weeks ago,
Yep.
fresh off your Masters trip, but that's I messed up and didn't give you enough notice. Tell us about your Masters experience.
Have you guys been?
No.
Never.
Well,
No.
it's amazing. It's what everybody says it is, and that much better. It's like a fairy tale. You can't bring your phones out there, so you're kind of just like disconnected from everything. Which for the first hour, you kind of like get the shakes, right? Because you miss your phone, and then it's magic.
Dan lost the use of his phone for 10 minutes, and he
was freaking out.
nearly
It's fine.
discombobulated there.
I'm good. I got
It's back now.
Yeah, but it's part of the magic, I guess, as corny as that is you're just all out there without your phones. You're just paying attention to what you see.
Did you walk the course?
We walked a ton of the course. We didn't walk through like every single hole, kind of 1 to 18, but we were all over the place all day for the Saturday and the Sunday. And then Sunday we had chairs on 16. Missed the hole in one. I was not there. I forget who shot it. I forget who got it now, but I missed that. However, I was there when Jordan Spieth hit that birdie putt. I don't know if you remember that, which was unreal.
Yeah,
it's just
very
amazing
cool.
how you have those thousands of people who are so excited, and then it gets so quiet so fast when he's lining it up, and then he hits it. And
Now, our good friend Robert Lucetich, who's a golf writer, his favorite thing, it's the pimento sandwiches.
Yeah, the pimento cheese or whatever.
Pimento cheese sandwiches.
Is that the go-to menu item?
You have to have one if you go, for sure. You're there all day. You got it. You have to. You usually eat a couple,
Right.
but it's basically like spicy cheese whiz between 2 pieces of white Wonder Bread.
Oh, that's so southern.
Right. So it's not the healthiest thing, but it's fine. It's tasty. And then they have like regular food, chicken sandwiches. They have pecan cookies, ice cream sandwiches, all the southern stuff. But the best part is it's only like $1.50 or $2 because they try to keep the cost
exactly.
down.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Yeah,
that.
they get
And
you in
I-
the gift shop. But
the gift shop,
food,
which they built in less than a year.
I actually didn't go to that new gift shop.
Oh, you didn't go
I
to
wasn't
that
there.
one. Okay.
But I did spend a lot of money everywhere else.
Well, good for
But
you.
it's
That
so
sounds
worth
great.
it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's unreal.
How do we get the invite next year?
Now, this was through work you went, right? Like you.
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh.
I have a friend in high places.
Oh, okay.
Friends in high places.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
This is exciting.
It is exciting. So
Is
I've
it
been
one of
lucky
the
enough-
McCain family?
It is not. No. I don't think you know this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
The McCain
Probably
family.
not. I don't
That's,
know anybody.
that's some
really.
scratch you want to be friends with.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
I
you.
guess I
You're
know.
They
gonna be
own like
hanging
the
out.
East Coast, right?
Yeah, you're going to be
think so.
hanging out in the East Coast all summer, just
Well, I haven't met any of those.
gorging on
people
lobster
yet.
and
That'd be good.
wedges.
Lobster and wedges. Yeah. That
Now,
would work.
another thing that you are known for on your Instagrams is your Whip It Up Wednesdays. You love to bake.
I do enjoy baking.
And we
yes.
were debating here why you don't have a cooking show. We've got 5,000 channels.
Well,
in
and
the
we have
Bell's
a cooking
universe.
You
channel.
know what? If you guys can help me with this, that would be amazing. Because
Yeah.
I
I don't think
am
Belle's listening to anything I
trying-
have to say
Well,
these days.
strength in numbers maybe, because
Okay.
yes, I think there's room there for something, right?
Like, what if we shot a pilot We could figure that out at least. We shot
Right.
a pilot and we presented it to Stu Johnston, who's the president of this network, but really on his way to being the president of CTV now. And so we have him in our back pocket. He's going to do stuff for us. And
Right.
this could be the first thing. Natasha Staniszewski, I said it should be just called Baked.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's
Baked
not bad.
with Natasha
We can do that.
Staniszewski.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a huge hit because you're so passionate about it.
It's fun. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, honestly, at first I just was doing it. I mean, I grew up baking with my mom, I guess, all the time, and I have so much free time during the day, like you guys probably do a little bit too. And I just, I started.
And then at the end of each episode, we come in the door, we're like, "Hey, what'd you make?" And you tell us, and we're like, we have a bite, and we go, "Nice."
That's gonna be
Every
on the
episode,
show?
and yes.
No, actually, Dan's reaction would be this, like that. That would be
That's
how.
amazing.
Oh,
Okay, let's do it.
Do you have any working titles aside from baked?
No, because I don't have my idea yet. Like at first I thought it'd be fun to do something with athletes, bring athletes on, make something with them.
Yeah.
You know, there's a million different ways we could go.
Well, you could do a show, and then that could be the occasional episode you have an athlete on.
Yes.
Maybe another Bell Media personality.
Sure.
How about Bake Center?
Yeah. Never thought of that. Sure. Do we have room on TSN though to air this half an hour
out of
baking
time,
show?
Natasha. We are
Sorry.
No, we're not. We're not.
Okay, good.
No, that was fine.
Bake Center.
Bake Center? No.
We could run that on TSN.
No,
too.
you wouldn't. No, you'd have to put it on that baking
Yeah,
channel. you said.
Gusto. It's called, I
Gusto.
think.
Yeah, Gusto is yes. Gusto is owned by us.
So-
I'm
I know.
aware of this. I know.
So we have a
Hello,
channel.
Gusto, are you listening?
Yeah, we've got a channel. We need content.
Mm-hmm.
We have a talented star ready to bake on
Okay, so-
TV.
Giddy up.
I know a guy who runs a production company, and they've got a bunch of shows on TV.
Okay.
If we line up that meeting and you get a show, do we get a little?
Okay, to be honest, Natasha, this sounds like Dan's talking about himself. I know a guy
No, I
who
don't.
owns a production
I wouldn't have a clue where to even rent a camera. I have no idea. And he's actually lives downtown, so you could go into their offices and meet. We line that up.
Yep.
What's our cut?
Oh, well, we'll come up with something. We can negotiate that.
Dan's not.
I don't know what kind of number to throw at you right now.
Dan's not getting anything, is he?
Like maybe a bit of a finder's fee or something? I don't know.
I would line up the meeting and I'd do it free of charge.
But literally, what you guys could do, you could be my judges every show.
Oh,
I bake
I love
something,
that.
and then I would need a judge at the end.
Nice.
And,
Okay, but no,
and
there-
then you critique it.
But there's only two of us. We'd need a third. Maybe that third is a special guest judge who comes in every time, a
There you
rotating
go.
judge.
Yeah,
It sounded like
Right?
Chopped now.
could be.
Yeah,
Similar
well,
to that.
Hey, every
What's your
show is a
favorite-
variation.
what's-
of
So
that.
many different ideas, so many different ways you could go.
Yeah.
What's your
Right?
favorite cooking / baking show on TV? Is there one like a Chopped or something like that you watch?
I watch Chopped fairly often. There's like a spring baking challenge that I like. I think
Oh,
it's
no,
on the
there's that
Food
great
Network.
Canadian bake show
Bake
on
Off?
the CBC or whatever.
I actually have not seen that one, but I think it's pretty
you don't need
similar.
to.
I haven't seen it either.
Are you with Chopped the same as me? It annoys you because you're like, I would never put those ingredients together.
Well,
Who cares
that's
if
the
you can
point
make
of the
it?
show.
I know, but it's just so annoying. You're like, come
no,
on.
I love it. No, I think it's great. I think it's such a good idea.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for Natasha. So, Dan, okay, how are you when you go home? Because we used to host the show you're hosting. When you go home, do you eat or do you go to sleep?
I was thinking about that today. I try not to eat,
Right.
but it's really hard not to.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a scoop of peanut butter.
Right,
Or
just something.
Just something.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm really good, and I'll for weeks and weeks I won't eat anything, and then other times it's bad news.
See, I'm
Bad
like you.
news.
I'm like that too. Usually I don't, but then on occasion I'll crush a bag of chips or something.
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
eats full meals when he gets home. Now I'm talking full bowls of pasta, pork chops,
Really?
mashed potatoes, a rack of ribs. Like he eats.
Or usually a nice, I got some kielbasa. I've got
Right.
some.
You told me that one.
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah,
and
cheese,
wine.
some
Yeah,
pickles, and a glass.
charcuterie.
Yeah, I
Like-
do that. Like I'll probably do that tonight.
But what time do you go to sleep then? Do you go right after you eat?
I'll be in bed by 3:30.
Oh, so yeah, pretty much.
But
right
like
after you eat.
kielbasa and cheese and pickles, like if you have someone sleeping with you,
Yeah, not that I don't have to worry about that. So. There's two cats.
Gonna let
cats
that
who
sit
I-
there.
Two cats who wake me up by biting my arms. So there's that.
Dan's living his best life right now. We were talking about this, but
You know
we
what?
both are.
If it makes you feel better to eat, then I think you should just
I
do
can't
it.
go to bed
Kinda-
on an
that's
empty
kinda
stomach.
what I
Well,
wrestle
and
with.
I also think like the thing I think we were all worried about on the show because we all talk about it. The thing I was worried about is that Dan was going to balloon to like 300 pounds. Because that's what sumo wrestlers do. They eat at like 3 in the morning.
Right.
But Dan is maintaining a pretty healthy weight here.
Well, Dan once told me what he had for breakfast, and I think it was because he and I were doing the same workout program for like 3 days, maybe we lasted together. He told me he had a half grapefruit for breakfast.
What?
And
Is
that
that
was it.
normal?
And coffee.
That's not even breakfast.
What?
That's just
a
water.
half a grapefruit and coffee is your normal breakfast?
No, it varies all the time. Usually, like today, I had a massive shake with every berry on earth in it.
Okay.
Yes.
But the grapefruit thing, I mean, if all you're having is a grapefruit, then of course you can be eating ribs
There
at
you
3 in
go.
the morning.
That's fair.
So
And
I
make
guess
up
it
for it
kind
in
of
the morning.
balances out.
Yeah,
right?
it does balance.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's true. He also doesn't like
you.
fruit in any.
Your
See,
take
if
on
you-
sangrias.
Well, yeah, okay, let's hear that.
Once in a while in the summer, I don't mind. I don't.
But the
they're pretty
worst of
sweet.
all the pitchered beverages.
No.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Hmm.
I just like making it myself because then I make it good. 'Cause sometimes
See-
when you go to restaurants, you never know what you're getting in that pitcher.
Maybe
There's
a
sugar.
shitty bottle of wine. and-
Yeah. So
But Dan doesn't like fruit in anything, right? He doesn't like fruit in his drinks. He doesn't like fruit in his baking. For example, if you try to make
Ooh.
something for him with fruit in it, he would not
you won't
enjoy
like
that.
it.
Apple pie here and there. Depends on the size of the apple pieces, the texture of them.
What about like blueberry muffins?
No,
Really?
no, not for me.
Okay. What do you like? What's your favorite
Of everything on earth?
favorite baking item?
Oh, chocolate chip cookies, brownies,
It's boring.
Just going
carrot-
way out on a
carrot
limb
cake.
there.
Carrot cake's pretty good.
See, that's kind of.
But that's vegetable.
That's vegetables in,
Yeah.
in
Yeah, but
cake.
you don't know they're in there if it's made right.
is
Butter
true.
tarts I love.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
You
good
never
one.
make butter tarts and
I
whip it up one
Okay.
day.
do. I made them last year.
Oh.
And
They
here's
were
the ultimate
really
question
good.
for you, Natasha.
Oh, yeah.
Raisins or no raisins? We need a drum roll here.
Usually no raisins.
Yes!
No raisins.
Natasha.
Boomsies!
Wow.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
don't
the
know.
same to me without them. It's the texture. It's like goop without. You get the raisins in there. There's a little texture.
Right.
element
A
to
little
it.
sort of kind of crunch. Or,
Yeah, there's
but you're
something in
there's
there.
Something. Yeah, that's fair.
People are going to come away from this podcast starving.
It's true. We've been talking about food a lot.
Is Jim Gaffigan on next? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. That was well timed.
Fat comedian joke from Dan.
No, all his jokes are about food.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what you guys do on this podcast. Hey, you just chit chat.
Yeah, that's what we
This is
do.
awesome.
There's no planning.
There's-
I need a
know it's a
podcast.
yes. You
I wasn't
do.
sure what to expect. I
Oh,
was
really?
going
Did you
over
think we were
things in
gonna
my head.
grill you about your...
Breakdown game 3, Raptors Cavs.
You never know what you're gonna get. So.
Hey, can we talk about Saskatoon briefly before
Yeah.
you go? You worked there. Was that that wasn't your first job though, right?
No, that was
You were in Prince
I worked
Albert?
in Yorkton and Prince Albert and then Saskatoon.
And you were at CTV Saskatoon,
I was.
right?
Yep.
And how long were you there?
1 year and 9 months.
And did you love it? Did you
I loved
enjoy
it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Yep.
great town.
It was. I love Saskatoon. It's similar to Edmonton, just
Yeah.
a little bit smaller, which was great. And yeah, I covered the Blades, obviously a little bit of football too. kept an eye on the Riders. It was great. I had such a good time in Saskatchewan.
And then Mark Milliere called you one day?
Not until I got to Edmonton. After Saskatoon, I was in Edmonton first for 2 years, and then I got the call.
And when you got that call where you're like, I don't know if I want to work where no tools working, or were you?
Kind of like that, yeah. A little bit.
Thanks.
I don't know if I want to go to that crazy Toronto with all those crazy people.
Are you? Does this feel like home to you now, Toronto?
Yes. I just had my 7-year anniversary.
Wow.
Mind blowing.
Wow.
7
Time
whole
flies.
years. I know. It really does. Yeah. I think it's home now.
Yeah, yeah. So if you left the
Strange.
business, would you stay here, or would you go back
see,
to
now we're getting
Edmonton?
serious.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we're dipping into
Right?
our wedge
I
money.
know.
This is How long can we live on the wedge?
Are we set for life?
I'm scared to think about these questions. No, we are not set for life.
Oh.
Do you guys know how much taxes are these days?
Yes.
Oh my
That-
goodness.
Well, I'm not going to say it.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
get paid.
we'll not talk about it.
Okay, I have another thought for you. Your car.
Yeah.
I have a question about your car because you and I pulled up next to each other.
Yes.
Last week, we're driving in, and we just happened to pull up next to each other at a stoplight. And we were talking about Dan and how Dan didn't give you enough notice to book the podcast.
Right.
And various other things. Then I noticed your car. What year is your car? You drive I'm not going to say what you drive.
My car.
What year?
2005.
So that's what I thought. I thought it was about that
Yep.
era. I love that you drive that car. I love it. Because
Why?
in my mind, you could afford a better car.
In my mind also, yes. And 2 years ago, I had this little pep talk or this little conversation with myself, and I'm like, okay, what are you going to do here? Are you going to we're going to buy a nice fancy car and drive it around?
Because all the other anchors have done
That's
that.
right. They're
all the other anchors have their
driving these
fancy cars.
beautiful cars. And
Yeah.
I had this moment where I thought maybe I should do that, and then I just thought, no, I'm going to keep my little Civic, who has 200,000 kilometers on it now, just reached that point. She runs amazing.
Oh, man.
Never lets me down. I think I've hit every single corner of it on something. Like
Right.
nothing works. The locks don't work. Like the air conditioning doesn't work. All these things are broken. But otherwise, it's the best car ever.
I have to say,
I can't believe how
that
long
should
I've
be
had
in
it.
your Twitter bio.
You think so?
Just describe the car,
Yeah.
how long you've been driving it. That's like that. I think that's so appealing about you that you drive that car that you're just
Thanks.
like, F- it. I love
Yeah.
my car.
I sold a car on this podcast once. The car I was driving before a previous one. Yeah, I think we sold it for $500, and I went and did the exchange during the podcast with the guy out front. I think I put 500,000 kilometers on that. How much did I put
Was
on
that the Lexus?
Oh, that's
the original
right.
Lexus sedan, the white one?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wonder if
drove
that's
that for
still
a
on the
long time.
road. It's got to be.
I saw a lot of those cars in LA. A lot of that exact model. In
Very
LA.
popular.
How many kilometers did you have?
There was like 500 on that thing.
Holy. I thought 200 was pretty good. I got a
You
ways
could be
to
in one
go
of those ads.
I know. I should have
They-
kept it.
Yeah.
Should have kept it.
Well, Natasha, you just keep driving that Civic,
I'm
and you'll
going
be
to.
in.
And then you can
She's
come
great.
back on this podcast and sell it
Okay.
when you get around
Maybe
to
I'll
selling
do that.
it.
Yeah.
The thing is, we could have like a live auction for Natasha's Civic, and we could make some serious scratch for her. And
How
then
much do you think I could get for that car? You saw it in all its glory, Jay.
I think it looks like it's in pretty good shape.
More than
It is.
$500.
Well,
Oh, definitely.
silver. Yep.
But you drove it, okay? The person in the McCain Wedges commercial. So I would say we're gonna get in. I'm gonna guess around $35,000.
No chance.
35 grand is my goal. That's all going to you, and bye bye taxes. Those are paid,
That'd be amazing.
right?
You listen to country music.
Sure do.
Have you heard the song $1,000 Car? By the Bottle Rockets is a song about a $1,000 car, and the guy's like, "Why did I buy a $1,000 car? It's only giving me headaches."
I've never heard of the Bottle Rockets. Is that new country? Old country?
It's on the Outlaw Country station.
I'm afraid that station is not in my car. My radio doesn't work.
Oh yeah, because Dan and
I don't have satellite radio. There's all the speakers are very quiet. That's the one reason I wanted to get a new car was to get like a
The
good
speakers are
sound
very
system.
quiet.
What do you mean? Like you can only turn up
You
to
can only
2?
turn it up so loud, right? Like I want like a good sound system.
This makes me like you even more.
But I do have a
I
little
love that.
sunroof, which I like in there. So it's like, it's like pros and cons.
I just love it. I just love it.
I still have all my CDs in there with my CD player.
Does it have a tape player?
It does not.
Oh.
No, I know. That'd be crazy, though. If it
All your CDs in the back, so you're
Yep.
kind of reaching back, like, oh, what do I got? And you
There's-
just pull one
well,
out. Oh, I guess that's what I'm
Do you have
listening to.
Little
CDs?
space in the door,
Do you have
door
CDs in your
pockets.
sun visor?
No.
Ah.
No, I can fit them in on the side of my doors.
What's the longest trip you've taken in the car?
Ooh, good question.
Would you take a road trip with Dan, driving all the way to Saskatoon with
From
only
here?
yes, with only a Bottle Rocket CD?
No. That's an easy no go.
That's a hard no.
I always
Thanks a lot.
did think,
Thanks a lot.
I mean, can we like add a few extra CDs
I
and bring a few more people?
I did the drive
And
from
then
here.
maybe?
I did the drive from here to Vancouver when I first went out for my first broadcasting job. I had to drive our pilot's car out from Ontario to Vancouver. I had to pick up someone in Thunder Bay. The radio didn't work. The speedometer
dear.
didn't work. We were ready to kill each other by the end of the day
Right.
too. But I made it.
Good.
And that would be you two, but it would be Natasha wanting to tell you.
I have always wanted to make that drive from here to Edmonton. When I first moved out here, I didn't know how long
Get an
I was
RV,
staying,
though.
and I thought when I go home, I'll just drive all the way home.
I love
I've
it.
yet to make that drive.
But
because
this
I'm
is
still
the
here.
thing. If we do that,
Yeah.
then you two do it. Natasha and Dan's cross-country road trip. Boom.
Yeah.
Another show for Belle.
For sure.
Right? It's a
Yeah.
6-part mini-series. You explore different parts of the country
I would
together.
love to. I
That would be
love
really fun.
road trips.
Bottle
There's
Rockets do
nothing
the
better.
whole soundtrack. It's
But-
all Bottle Rocket.
But you do it in an RV because an RV you can cook food while you're driving.
No,
Great.
I know. The whole point is to do it in the Honda Civic.
And here's the other thing.
Oh, is that the whole point?
Dan,
think so, yeah.
Dan doesn't get to drive. Only you get to
Oh,
drive. Dan's
yeah.
a passenger
That goes
the
without
whole
saying.
time. Oh God, that'd be great.
Love driving. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I like driving more.
Okay, we'll try to make that happen before we let you go,
Okay.
Natasha, because we
Yes.
actually have to wrap up the podcast.
Yeah, I have to get going.
Do you know how old Frank Saravalli turned today? Guess.
You know what? I'm going to guess. Someone told me how old he is a few months ago. I'm going to go with, I could be really wrong, 29.
That's a really nice, flattering guess. He's 30 today.
Oh, I was close.
We
30.
thought 40.
Yeah, I thought 40 mins.
So you're saying he looks a lot older than he is?
Yeah. Gord Miller posted a picture of Jonathan Winters on Mork and Mindy because on Mork and Mindy, Jonathan Winters, they had him, their baby, but on Orc, the baby starts old and gets young.
Right.
So the baby came out and he was an old comedian, and he posted that picture of him.
Well, happy birthday, Frank.
Frank, I'm sorry we're making fun of you, but yeah.
Way to go, Frank.
He's a great guy, though.
He's
He is.
fantastic.
Yes.
Did great work in Humboldt.
He's just a
so
kid.
good, right?
man.
He
Him
was
and Ryan?
outstanding. Yeah,
Yeah.
the two of them were, unbelievable.
Ryan, good Alberta boy. We hear a Canadian accent more in Ryan, I think, than anybody. When you go down to the States and come back, you can hear it more. Him and Kate, I think.
Oh.
Kate, like mega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mega. It's like...
See, to me, Kate has the Ontario accent.
Yes,
She
right?
does have an
exactly,
Ontario
Natasha.
accent.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, house.
So fired up.
House and about.
That's her. Exactly.
Oh, we'll have Kate on
All right.
sometime to ask
Yeah.
her when Frank's
She's out in
Saravalli.
Cleveland right now.
The Cleve.
Yeah.
You never see her anymore. She
Living it
works
up.
like one day
I
every
know.
6 months.
I never know who I'm going to be hosting with anymore.
Kind of
It's
fun,
like
though.
roll the
You know what?
dice.
It is kind of fun. Yeah, it's fun to mix it up. Nabil's great. DT's been up there. Laura, Lindsay. Yeah, it's good.
All
I
good
like it.
people.
And isn't
All
Blake
amazing
Price
people.
hanging out over there right now?
Is he? I don't know. Like tonight?
I heard Blake Price was in town.
Oh, he could be. Like, you never know what's going to
Well, if he has to get back to Vancouver, he can come in the Honda Civic on the road trip.
That's true. There's a good idea. Could we like pick up people and drop them along the way?
Yeah,
Or,
no,
like,
I think it's
various
just the two
places?
of you. Sorry. Yeah, it's just...
I don't know.
So Blake,
Like, what?
I don't know what's going on. He said, I'm watching you guys on the back hall wave.
Oh, man.
Is he in the building? Is he watching from
That's really
Vancouver?
creepy.
He's watching from Vancouver. He's doing his radio show.
Don't be creepy, Blake.
Okay, we got to
Okay.
go.
All right.
Natasha, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for
this is
having
awesome.
me.
Yeah.
This was great.
This is really fun.
And then we just end it. And we just
Okay.
say bye.
Oh,
Well,
but-
I would like you to help me to sell my car one day whenever that happens.
That's a guarantee.
And maybe I'll bake you something without fruit
Right.
and with raisins
And
Raisins
keep
are
going.
always a
One
wonderful
more
thing.
thing.
and wedges.
Masters.
Oh, right.
Next year.
Oh, together.
Yeah,
You guys
okay.
drive to the Masters.
No,
But I'll be leaving you at the gate.
Yes. Boom. And that's how we end the pod.
Natasha, what?
Bye.